All right, folks, last Asian religion video. We've talked about Hinduism, Buddhism. Here's more of a kind of a smaller, more population believe and follow these teachings of Jainism. Sorry for the cutoff here, but it is Jainism, Jainism. So, some background information. Jainism originally started in India 200 years prior to Buddhism, around 700 BCE. Less than 1% of the whole world's population today still follows and is a Jain. So, again, really, really small population. Only about 4 million people follow Jainism. It's a lot of people, but compared to Buddhism, where there's potentially billions of people who, or rather Hinduism, where there's billions of people who follow Hinduism, and hundreds of millions of people who are Buddhist, there's only about 4 million people in the whole world that are Jain. Jainism comes from the Sanskrit, that old language word of jit, meaning conquer. And historical evidence leads to this first teacher to be like the Jain founder. Again, some of ancient history gets lost, throughout time. But this teacher of Parshvanatha is believed to have been the first teacher of Jainism. There's another teacher also who kind of talked about, had a following and taught about Jainism and enlightenment of Mahavira, which is the son of actually a Kshatriya warrior that spent over 12 years following kind of this path of enlightenment and teaching others. First, he started to convert some Brahmins, and a lot of his teachings of this enlightenment and how to get there was recorded in the Agamas. So again, son of a Kshatriya warrior, Mahavira, began to follow his own kind of path of finding enlightenment. And he was able to convert some Brahmins and record that teaching in the Agamas. And he is the first one to be considered the most important founder. Not so much Parshvanatha, but Mahavira. There is this kind of, he was given his due, this idol of the Lord Parshvanatha, as we can see, this kind of very angelic looking person who has found enlightenment. He is being fanned, it looks like, by these two serpent ladies. So some of the basic beliefs of Jainism is that it teaches a path to spiritual purity and enlightenment through non-violence. I want to make that the important part, that Jainism is all about non-violence. You do not conquer. You do not, fight back. You do not attack. It is all about finding purity and enlightenment through non-violence. The word ahimsa actually means non-violence, and that's kind of like a mantra, a meditation tip found in Jainism. Jainism is one of the three most important ancient religions in India. We know of, and Jainism often uses concepts and ideas of Hinduism and Buddhism, and they believe they must conquer and battle against their passions and bodily senses to gain enlightenment. So they are only not conquering other people, but they are conquering this battle within the human between passion and sensations of greed or pleasure or hate or anger. You must suppress and conquer all of those kind of feelings to gain enlightenment. We can see here this meditation of ahimsa is the meaning of nonviolence to yourself and others is a respectable practice in meditation. Violence doesn't always mean literal. It's our actions, our words, our thoughts that can cause harm to others. The violence we place on others is merely a projection of our own inner war within ourselves. Thoughts of guilt, shame, disgust, disappointment, regret, these all help violence in ourselves grow. Ahimsa teaches us to face our inner darkness through compassion, acceptance, and love. By looking beyond our darkness, we find all are imperfectly perfect, made of divine light. So again, Jainism is about conquering that inner battle within you to reach enlightenment. So some of the sacred texts, there is kind of one big one. Again, the Jains believe in the Agamas. teaching of Mahavira's are contained in the Agamas. The Jains do not believe in any gods. They are not polytheistic. They are not monotheistic. They believe in no gods. They do, however, believe in divine enlightened beings worthy of devotion. So those teachers, the Parshvanatha and Mahavira, they believe that they have reached enlightenment, and they're always trying to reach that worthiness, reach that enlightenment, that nonviolent enlightenment that they've reached. They are following those teachers' words. Every human soul can be godly, but again, this godly is just this enlightenment. Teachings are memorized to pass on to future generations. So, what the original Jains believe, all the way back in 700 BCE, today's Jains are still believing in. So here are actually some imagery of the agamas. So again, Sanskrit writing on these kind of bigger, scrolls and books. Again, but these are the teachings of Parshvanatha and Mahavira. An actual Jain temple found in Western India, the Ranakpur Jain temple. Again, these temples are beautiful. They're big. They are elaborate. They are decorative, showing off kind of how much people care about their religion. So, folks, don't worry about that last slide. A little bit of a shorter video. Please complete your guided notes and move yourself on to the compare and contrast part of the guided notes as well. Please ask me for any tips. And good luck.